welcome to the Magic of Boots 39th episode. Uh, is it 39th or 38th? I kind of forgot.
39th.
39th, so I was right. 39th of episode. This is Ronnie Mazumdar. I have Shudipta with me. How are you, Shudipta?
Yeah, so far good. Actually, I got another news for the sports fan. I got an invitation to one of my colleague was actually playing for a sixth division club. He was playing for their youth division or like a B team. Um, and they actually promoted him to the sixth division. So like he invited me to watch some games. So it would
Nice.
be fun.
Yeah, nice. Nothing beats like watching or playing
Yeah,
games.
live games.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of fun. Especially, I find sometimes like people gets too intense in the game. They're not supposed to be serious, but get serious, and that's the most fun of it.
No,
Um,
what he said that like the even the sixth division is like pretty much serious. Like
no, no,
how
no.
they
Yeah,
train.
yeah.
We were discussing stuff, and it was fun actually. Like I got to know so many stuff.
Glad. I hope you keep enjoying it. By the way, I should just clear some. There are rumors that our WhatsApp channel and our YouTube channel being sold by Barcelona for the future. We are not sold yet. Um, so just on that, because Laporta doesn't associate it with us, and we're not sold yet. On that note, where are we gonna start?
Let's start from Premier League. It just started like 49 minutes ago.
Oh, by the way, where I'm sitting, it's almost afternoon at 5th of August, and
Yeah,
it's still 5th of August for you.
yeah. It's still I have
Okay,
like couple of hours left.
okay, late 5th of August. So, in terms of Premier League, I mean, where are you gonna start?
Mm, we can start from like preseason games, but I don't see that them like an important thing.
Yeah,
Um,
preseason it's harder because there are a lot of teams who are playing, and preseason is being preseason. I mean, I understand some players take it seriously for grabbing some spaces in the first team and impressing new manager if there is any new managers, stuff like that. Otherwise, it's pretty much pointless. But
like
go ahead.
I'm not going to bring that actually. Um, do you think um, Chelsea needs a striker? Like, and now, right now, Aubameyang rumor is going on. So
I'm also a striker in case Aubameyang deal fails. That's what's happening with Chelsea, except Aspilicueta. Um, I'm fairly decent. I'm fairly composed. Just saying in case any Chelsea fan out there, just please let them know. Um, Aubameyang is actually probably a very good option at this point of time. I mean, the window is closing, right? And Chelsea, this is a very strange Chelsea window. Let's put it this way.
yeah, that's that's what I actually up until last week I was actually expecting something from them actually. Like, normally every transfer window, like especially in the summer, we saw people are coming to Chelsea, and now is it going to change or something like that? And there were so many rumors about like so many marquee transfer or something like that, but we it never materialized or anything.
Yeah, even the last one, the Cucurella one,
Mm.
like Brighton had to post it on
Well,
the.
it's still going on.
No, it's going on, but the way it was said that it's almost like close, right? And it could be close. I'm not saying that. I'm not disbelieving that. But the club, the selling club, has to come in Twitter and say that no, this is not done yet. That kind of says the whole transfer window for Chelsea. It's been very loose. It's been very erratic, I would say. Now,
Yeah,
you talked about Aubameyang, like Barcelona basically taken all the players that Chelsea wanted, right? Or kept them.
yeah, true.
Now, Barcelona are in debt and they need to free up some players and they're just offering certain players to Chelsea. I find this abusive relationship. Uh, but at the same point, I mean, without Kai Havertz, there's no really center forward for them, right?
Barner already left, right? Or is
Uh,
he on
it,
his way?
on his way, that's what I was thinking, but I don't think Werner is going to stay around. But
Do you, do you know which club?
not absolutely sure. No, not absolutely sure on that. But
Okay.
that again, it's a strange business window from Chelsea. You know, someone like Chelsea, sporting director and sporting team. Uh, yeah, it's been really really horrid time for them.
It's true. Actually, like only like marquee signing was like Sterling and Koulibaly, and like
Koulibaly, and also I feel that there
Koulibaly is
is.
like 31
Yeah, no,
years
I
old
think
already.
he can definitely play a couple or 3 years easily at the top level. But without Koulibaly, that team, especially in the back line, it's a little bit shaky. Um, again, Mark
Even
Cooper,
with Koulibaly, it's like Aspilicueta is going to play probably in the back three,
Thiago Silva.
and Thiago Silva. Oh, this is like really old.
Yeah, it's exactly, and I didn't know why they didn't go for, say for example, Jules Koundé. You know, everyone knew that there were a bit of tug of war going on with Barcelona. So in case Koundé doesn't finalize, they should have had someone else lined up, right?
They could have actually done it like in their first probably first few weeks, but because Barcelona was holding this stock as long as possible just to get some money, and then like and also for the Lewandowski move or something like that.
And I think Xavi played a huge role by calling the players and said, you know, you're not going anywhere, you're coming here, right? But from players' point of view, you know, that they're not really getting going into Chelsea, they're choosing Barcelona over that. I can understand because in Premier League it's hard to topple Liverpool and Man City. In Spain, it's just Real Madrid actually. You have to
Yeah,
really seriously, you know, and Barcelona
and
is.
also there are a certain certainty to play Champions League.
Yeah, and maybe win it given if they can register all the player. That's a different issue we're going to talk about. But from Chelsea's point of view, I was really surprised that if Kunde wasn't there, they don't have anyone else lined up as a backup.
That's the thing actually. Like this is the thing actually surprised me most, that like Arsenal is playing Europa League this season. United is playing, but Arsenal somehow managed to bring players, and
Arsenal had a
Chelsea.
very very good squad actually. I would even argue they're probably going to be one of the challengers for the Premier League.
I don't think so, but let's hope. Don't
Like
hope that much
like
at
no
least.
no like outside of that big two, right?
Yeah,
Let's have a look. Who else is there? Chelsea? No, not a good side at this point.
but
Maybe
Tottenham did.
yeah. Tottenham again as another challenger. We're talking about another challenge. So yeah, Arsenal is one of the challenger definitely.
Yeah, true. That's the thing I don't understand. Like they were always going for like some high profile players and ended up losing all of them, like, basically.
Almost everyone left. Rudiger left
Yeah,
for Real Madrid.
Rudiger, yeah.
Christensen left for Barcelona.
Also, Alonso is like still shaky.
There was a bit of talk about Dillit. Dillit went to Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
So I don't know what it is going on, especially you gone for Kunde and Kunde gone for somewhere else, which is Barcelona. Dembele didn't came out. Again, a lot of names as well. But what I was like, Bournemouth is going to talk whole talk for Feyenoord's Senesi at this point. So I was wondering, he's a definitely very good center back, very well respected in Dutch league, and also played in Europa League twice. So why not just take a boo? Chelsea has money.
Yeah, that's true. There are so many players even in the Premier League. They could have buy them actually.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's been very. So how much is that? Is Thomas Tuchel couldn't get the message correctly to the technical directors, or his influence as well, right? Because certain players get enticed by the manager, such as Xavi, right? He talks in a certain way.
Yeah, but how Tuchel was playing like his team with Dortmund or PSG or some of the teams, like everyone knows that like he's a good coach, but why wouldn't he? I don't know. Probably it feels like somewhere there's something missing in his vision,
Or is
or he did not think about.
pitching the idea, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like we saw he always like try to how can I say like plays with the formations. That's another reason actually. I think he did not how can I say um, attract any players because you are a central midfielder or a center forward and you know your position, but with Tuchel it's not certain actually, and he needs ball players one, and also he needs someone who can actually finish in the final third, but in different formation, or he can play in different formations. Like if you consider this, Aubameyang could be a also Depay could play the same role also, but I don't know.
Again, you're carrying through Barcelona agenda, but yeah, no, that's true.
No, the thing is that like I don't know. Those two are uh, one of the best option right now, or they're wait
Actually, the
maybe
best option is sitting here. I'm not going to play. The second best you meant.
true. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Jokes aside, I don't see like Memphis Depay is a very very good player who can lead the line pretty well.
Or also Calvert Lewin. Uh, he could
From
be. I don't
Everton.
know. Yeah, Everton is like right now trying to like sell some players. So why
Yeah,
not?
but last moment, right? It's they almost like Calvert Lewin is one of the major responsible person to stay them afloat for this season, right? And I don't know if they would sell him.
That's true. Yeah,
But
but
but the time is running out.
no, there are some wage issue. Actually, they faced last season. They could not actually bring players in, and also they did not manage any Europa League or any sort of
You're talking
for
about
the
Everton.
Everton. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it was a problem for them. So like they were actually looking for players
money.
to sell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the other issue is a lot of smaller clubs or not so big clubs would let players go, but they normally have the cash and the time to go and recruit someone else, right? But at this last
yeah,
moment or last few days, how much that flexibility is there? That's a different issue, though.
yeah. That's why I brought those two strikers from Barcelona because obviously one of them will be on the market at least.
Yep, fair
And
enough.
Everton actually did make some good signings as well. Like they brought Dwight McNeil from Burnley, and I guess what's his name, Ruben Vinagre from Sporting CP. He was playing really well last season. So and then they need some sort of like a how can I say down to earth, get things done guy or something like that. So
We all need down to earth people, uh, like Usman Dembele. Let's move on from Chelsea. Uh, Arsenal. I really want to get your view on Arsenal and their recruitment on this window. It's I thought it's nothing short of extraordinary. Like not extra. I would not say extraordinary, but definitely very decent one after a long time.
um, well, in preseason they looks like how can I say
Go ahead.
beautiful probably.
Yeah, no, they're looking
Like
very good. Yeah,
yeah. Also, they play so many great games in preseason. I remember, like even like probably it was in 2013, 14 at around the time. Actually, like their midfielders when my Mikel Arteta was there, like there were so many midfielders. Even the Song, Fabregas, and so many players left. Ben Percy left, but still there were midfielders like Wilshere. Wilshere was in really great form. Um,
Sami Nasri.
but yeah,
Yeah, but, there's so many. Rosiski played for a long time.
but the problem they will face this season, um, I guess, in the central midfield. Although they bought some players there, or probably maybe they will go for a central midfielder. So far, what's his name? Edu was. I have you seen that interview? Um, well, actually discussed everything so far, and he said something like if they manage to place themselves in the fourth fourth place, their project could be a boost up like a year ahead or something like that. He mentioned something, and he was telling the interviewer that like what his name Gabriel Jesus is like a 7 months operation and Zinchenko was like a 6 months operation. So they knew what sort of players they are looking for in last probably January, I guess, and they brought those players, which is like uh, quite extraordinary probably because they are playing in Europa League, and even like Manchester United with all those their titles and names, they could not actually bring players, and they actually have more money even than Arsenal. So,
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought Edu so far has been done very well, except
and I think Zinchenko would be an interesting signing actually. Like I saw some preseason footage actually. He can actually play in the central midfield. Like they're playing 4-2-3-1 formation. He can play on this Granit Xhaka's role on the left. I don't know who will play in the right. That could be another take on because last season, what's his name? Party was doing pretty well. Like in the first half of the season, like it was unbeatable almost. Like and suddenly after February, he everything was dropped or something like this. The performance level dropped. So, but you can expect this from like any young team, and that's why they brought those players like Zinchenko, who is playing in the top level, not like even they're playing regularly, but he still can manage to bring himself in like quite a lot of positions, like even in play as a number 10. He played for Ukraine and in the role earlier in his career. So I don't know. Um, So that's another issue. So like it could be an interesting signing and probably could be a game changer. And so far, Gabriel Jesus is um, playing. I don't know. Um, he seems enjoying the field so far.
yeah,
So
um, yeah. No, I looked at their roster in the preseason, saw some clips. I thought, okay, Arsenal looks good. I didn't. I don't want to jinx it. I hope they do well. I mean, I've
So
oh,
far, they're playing against Crystal Palace, and they are looking actually sharp. So far, not like last season, because this match against Crystal Palace last season, like we discussed about that. Actually, I was so impressed with Crystal Palace. So yeah, like they are one goal ahead. Gabriel Martinelli scored first goal of the season. But the problem there is actually some things going on also in the background. Like some Loney actually came back. Saliba, I don't know if he's going to stay, or they are going to try and sell or get some money out of it or something like that. But he could be a good backup actually.
great. Yeah, no, I was thinking about North London is getting hot, especially after Conte. This is a second year, and he's got some interesting training methods going on, and some very interesting recruitment going on. So, what do you reckon about Tottenham?
I actually wanted to point point out and compare Chelsea and Tottenham together, because of the
Please, please.
playing style, how Tuchel was playing and how Conte was playing. Because they right now they're playing with back three, similar sort of formation, similar sort of how can I say, build up system, or sometimes a little bit different because of the teams and players, but similar sort of physicality and everything. But why Conte was brilliant player and why not? It could be the directors. Um, that could be one issue. Another issue I mentioned actually before with Tuchel. Um, Conte, everyone knows how Conte's team is playing, like for last decade actually. So I don't know. That could be some sort of like a certainty. Like, okay, I am going to be the right wingers of the team. That's why probably Richarlison moved to Tottenham over Chelsea or Arsenal. So this could be another game-changing factor. Why they managed to sign those players, or probably he know those like what sort of players he was looking. And I don't know, like it depends on also coaches. So
Yeah, yeah, and also
that's my theory actually.
reputation. I'm not saying the Tuchel doesn't have as much as reputation, but I'm saying is certain players get sold by the idea, right? It's
Yeah.
so the Tottenham. I hope obviously they.
Also, Conte brought some Conte players. Like we we saw it from Jose Mourinho before, even like this season as well. Like some Jose Mourinho player he brought to every club he has ever been. Probably Mike Essien was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, plays for two, three, four clubs for him. I don't know, but yeah, like this that's another thing. Tuchel probably doesn't have those Tuchel players yet.
Well, except probably few like Thiago Silva, where it seems like Tuchel's
Oh yeah,
following
but
them.
that's not like that's so sort of unfortunate.
Anyway, moving on from Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal, all of the London clubs. Do you think Manchester United it's going to take longer time for them, or is it or if even before we talk about longer time and shorter time, let's talk about Manchester United first. The way the transfer worked, the way Cristiano Ronaldo has been an issue for them, like ever existing issue. How do you see everything there?
They still don't have any decision about this thing. Like Ten Hag is announcing in every press conference or everything, like he ever faced with the world or something like that. Like he was announcing, yeah, he's staying, and in Ronaldo's agent is like, okay, I'm not gonna stay. It's sort of like a playing chicken with this contract or something like that. But
I find
he's
this
staying so
is
far.
I find this is really
Uh,
embarrassing. Like we're talking about one of the greats of the game, right? Um, and he's been offered here, there, everywhere almost. And top 7 or 8 European club have said no, we don't have space for this guy. Rejection. While he didn't train, he did refuse to train for a long time. While the manager is managing the PR, like uh, public relations, uh, and saying nice things, while in the back he didn't train. He posted in the Twitter that this king plays in Sunday. He plays half of the game and just left. And yeah, it is as chaotic as it is. Like obviously, Man United have get rid of. I think they've done very well to get rid of some players like Lingard, Paul Pogba. Now Paul Pogba is Juventus's headache, not Man United. But they have
there are
this.
some drama going on,
There's
and
there's divas,
and
there's drama
it's
queens there.
it's sort of a shame that it's not in the Pogmentory.
But yeah, coming back to Cristiano, I mean, I don't really know what's it's going to do, and is he impacting himself by saying? Obviously, he's going to say it the way he is, but yeah, I don't know. It's a definitely nuisance for the team that Ten Hag is building.
Yeah, every coach that ever been in the Old Trafford last 10 years, they always try to patch up those sort of things. Like there were always a superstar or someone running loose or something like that, and they are trying to catch this guy, build a team around him, and who actually doesn't or did not have any sort of like interest to be part of this team. So why, like we know Cristiano can score like 30 goals this season, but he's not want he does not want to stay here. So why like what's the point? Like we saw how Messi reacted just before the yeah last season, actually not last season that he was playing, that season before 2021. So it's not actually like good for both of the parties anymore, and they can actually like
It's
if
toxic marriage. Toxic marriage.
exactly.
Everyone wants to depart, but there is no option. So you just stay in this marriage, and that marriage gets toxic.
Or probably like eximo or eximo, I don't know, like some sort of
Yeah.
Nordic marriage, like you don't have anywhere to go. Yeah, but well, it could be actually both of the parties if they have this decision like at least 2 months before.
Yeah.
Because but apart from rumors, like they could have actually brought so many players. They were actually like running in like under their nose, and now they are actually finding clubs, and there aren't any like every like next week from yeah from next week every league will start,
Yep.
and no coach actually wants to leave players after
Yep.
when.
And they were going for Anthony for a long time.
Mm.
Ajax just raised that price, seeing the opportunity. And Anthony is a very, very. I'm a huge fan of Anthony. I mean, I'm sure you are too.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. So definitely huge upgrade as a player, as a ball player who can be talisman. I think for United, but again, that price range and everything probably didn't work out. And also, I do feel there are certain interesting youth players in Man United at this point, and they can utilize them, but it's not going to give them the how should I put
consistency.
exactly, and this is kind of the first season under Ten Hag. It's going to be very mixed. It's going to take couple 3 years of progression, um, because you can't have everything clicking right away.
Yeah, also he needs to how can I say come out from the delusion of Manchester United, a big club. Everyone will come. Like if I point finger and finger to this guy will come. It's not like this anymore.
Yeah. I
So
I feel the best thing that United could have done is just get rid of some of the dead dudes out there, and still there are a few, but it's better than those huge junk they've created over the years, right? It's still there. Um, but yeah, United. I still think if things goes well, obviously they're going to be they're going to be something exciting. Could be, but it might take time.
that's true actually. Also, like that's what Arsenal did. Got rid of so many players, and I guess there's yeah there is a documentary published by Amazon Prime yesterday, All or Nothing about Arsenal or something. It actually covered those situation with Aubameyang last season. So
I
also with
I
Mesut
ha-
Ozil.
I haven't watched it yet, but we'll
Yeah,
definitely.
so am I. Yeah, but I saw from the review like they actually covered those sort of things. So like um, you have to make a strong decision to
Yeah, it's about
progress.
team. It's about culture. You bring your leadership. You bring your rules, and that stick by that. No matter who stays in or out. I mean, you have to be kind of almost like merciless with those things, because those people who are staying there and just made a different culture, you, it's if you let them behave the same way, they're going to mess everything.
Also, I am like thinking like right now that probably Manchester United coach position is cursed or something like that. Like Argentina coaches, like when Argent whoever he is, how brilliant he was. Like if someone is bringing to the Argentine coach's seat and he become completely mad and made some
Horrible.
stupid
Yeah,
decisions.
yeah.
Yeah.
um
So it's sort of like this. I don't know.
no,
He's cursed or
it,
something like that.
it could be that way, because it's one, Man United is one of the big, if not one of the biggest jobs.
No, they are actually earning so much money. So
Right.
like they can actually make those sort of position.
Yeah.
Actually, you can start from the like ground, and they don't have any burdens. Like Arsenal is still paying for their new stadium, and they are spending actually more than anyone in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Like they almost spent like 270 something million already in these 2 seasons, and team is getting a shape. If it's not that actually like in the competing level for the league titles, and then that's what we actually that isn't it the yardstick, like how can I say, like a
Yeah, the benchmark.
benchmark to like
Yeah.
how good you are in the league or something like that.
Exactly. But what I'm trying to say is that one, there's a huge passionate. I don't know how to put it, like huge passionate, uh, even younger generation of fans. Lots of followings, lots of fans all around the world, and obviously based on England, they're really passionate. But they're also a little bit of impatient. They want this thing right away. Now they're bringing a lot of changes through the course of this last few years. Few things work, few things didn't work, so they have to ditch the idea, bring in a new project. Now you bring in Eric Ten Hag, obviously, but you have to be patient with him. He
Yeah,
might make here and there one or two mistakes. He's definitely one of the finest developed coach out there. Has experience in Bayern Munich. He has experience in like he obviously didn't do the Bayern main team job, but was in the youth academy and the B team's coach, uh, or A team's coach, and then he's been in this Ajax academy and he's been doing very well in the Europe as well. So it's definitely has capacity, definitely knows about football, definitely has his own philosophy. He just need to get his feet firm within time, and it will come back.
Also, yeah, like we mentioned probably in the last season, probably one of these episodes, that the board is still there. Like one
Yeah,
or two members were gone only, like those directors and directorial positions and some stuff like that. So like they needs to actually change the negotiation technique as well. So that's how actually clubs are bringing players these days. Like even Brighton has some,
yeah,
I don't know, brilliant directors. So why not outsourcing from there or something somewhere else? I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So except those big names like Man United is still kind of big name, although there's not been that much of output out there. So who else you think had a very good business as we are almost like starting the season for the Premier League?
We already started the season,
Yeah,
but yeah, Newcastle we mentioned already.
yeah.
Um, they could be inside. I don't know, European position. Crystal
Sixth,
Palace.
yeah,
No, not six like that. Not
eight.
that far. I don't expect that, but yeah, eight, nine, or this position probably.
Uh,
They actually made it to 11 or 10 last
right,
season,
last season. Yeah,
from bottom. So yeah, we can expect at least like two,
improve a bit.
three steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess Leeds also did some business. Like they brought so many Red Bull players, so from Leipzig and Salzburg. So um, except from them, actually, I
Uh,
don't know.
West Ham didn't do much, right?
Yeah, but
Oh,
they don't need that much actually. They probably brought a striker. I forgot his name.
yeah.
Crystal Palace actually did some business. Like we mentioned actually that Dokore
Yes.
from Lens.
Yeah.
Let me check again.
If I remember it correctly, Leicester have let Kasper Schmeichel go.
Yeah, they just did last week.
Yeah,
I was actually
because
completely surprised. Yeah,
he's kind of iconic for that club, right?
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
Aston Villa. I guess we mentioned there are some players like Carlos, one of my favorite center back right now. Um, who else? I don't see any interesting because I think we mentioned
yeah.
everything else. Oh, we can actually, as we were in this chapter, actually we can mention the Community Shield match if you watched. I don't know.
All right, I didn't, but yeah, go ahead. I've seen that repeated like highlights.
Oh, okay. Have you seen noticed anything interesting so far?
A lot of interesting points, but I'd like to get some points from you because I guess you were watching that live, right?
No, I was actually on the road,
Oh, okay.
but I managed to watch some highlights and some parts of the game. It was
Whatever
interesting.
whatever I've seen is the build up of Liverpool. There's a lot of directness that came from Darwin Nunes. Like it's been a very
His
different.
finishing was like perfect, genuine number nine. Also in the sense of positioning, and we actually probably covered it last episode and or the episode before. Like he scored 4 goals, and every goals were like perfect number nine goal. So like we kind of expected these sort of things, but what interested me, like what was really interesting for me, is Fabio Carvalho. We mentioned him so far. probably 2 3 episodes before. And I probably said that like it was a crucial signing. It what he did actually, it was really interesting. Like if you remember this club team from 2012-13 at the time, someone was always playing in the middle. But even though he was not directly in the middle, he was sort of playing that role actually behind the striker, and there are some exchange between him and Nunes. So it actually confused City defenders. So like we can actually see this season a different shape of Liverpool attack, because Carvalho can play like as a number 10
Floating.
behind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he was acquiring that half space between Nunez and Diaz, probably that sort of um, space. So it could be a game changing, especially now. Um, Premier League they actually allowed like 5 substitutions, you know. So it could be a game changer there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Whatever I've seen, the build up and everything, and obviously Nunes being there, it looks. I mean, Liverpool were direct before, no doubt about that. It looks more direct, like it's just bam, going there, right? And what happens with the interchange you talked about? It's just prime Atletico Madrid. When I say prime, I talk about Turan and Arda Turan when he was on top form, with be it Morata, be it Falcao, they were playing that kind of interchangeable relationship in Atletico Madrid, and that was fun to watch. And I'm kind of expecting a better version of that because Klopp has done that before. Um, and also, what was what kind of like people will say Carvalho and Nunes being the key signing. Also, Luis Diaz signed like January is almost as fresh, but he has the time and time to adapt and train with the team and play with the team. So I think Liverpool actually may look minimal kind of signings, but they've done fairly well to update themselves. I don't know what's going on with Roberto Firmino still yet, and there's a lot of rumors are going that he might leave for Juventus, but I don't know yet. But otherwise, they're looking in fine shape.
Yeah, so far. And well, it sort of felt like Klopp was doing some sort of a show off, you know, before the season. Um, Technically, he was, I don't know, way better than Pep Guardiola in that match. Actually, I haven't actually seen Pep so inferior for a while. Even he was losing matches or something like that, but it's not like this. But this, how can I say, like inferiority or something like that. But Pep sort of like, I don't know, like either he was like hiding his how can I say, attack or something like that, or either he is not like paying any sort of attention for that match actually.
Yeah, now I'm going to ask something about that thing. Obviously, Haaland coming into new team, and before that, he had a period of absence in injuries. Right, he might take a little bit of time to click with this team, and everybody is going to talk about the misses of Haaland and what he did and not. But do you think where exactly City looked a little bit off? Where exactly?
Anything in the midfield.
Yeah, I thought the same. There were certain things were off on that game,
I
species.
Yeah, I know that what you are trying to say. It's the directness, because there were some actually balls. They were losing some balls in the middle of the park because someone was from from the back was trying to play some direct through Haaland or someone else.
Yep.
But I think that misfired because it's too early for the for those sort of connections, you know.
And
And I think they will they need, what they need now is like
to come down a bit.
come down a bit. Like
Yeah.
Haaland is there, he will be there for like 4 or 5 seasons. So
We don't have to get the
yeah,
ball to him. He's not going to
yeah,
go away in a two match or something. Um,
yeah. Also, like De Bruyne was more threat than Haaland, and actually, like the best player probably Phil Foden. How he played, and everything was changed once he was there in the pitch.
no, definitely.
So
That's what's going to
Grealish
need
could
it.
lose his
Spot.
spot. Yeah, finally.
Yeah, it still kind of boggles my mind. Like Grealish, I don't see a fit yet. I might be proven wrong in future, but the way he's play style, I thought he's better suited for a team that is counter-attacking with pace, and he has space to go and cover. But again, it's I'm
I
not
think that's why yeah, that's why he was in the first team, and that's why those guys were trying to play those balls either to Haaland or to Grealish or Mahrez was doing good the same thing.
yeah, no, I hear you, but it's still a lot of things are off on Grealish side, and also Sergio Aguero did recently talked about he didn't understand why they let Sterling leave. Uh, I'm on the same page too. I don't know why they've let Sterling go. Uh,
And yeah, it's sort of I don't know like I was a little bit surprised actually. I did not think Chelsea they will let Chelsea to have that player.
it's a direct
Uh,
rival.
yeah, exactly. But so far, what I have seen from Pep in the Man City, that like he doesn't want to uh, play those players who are not actually who does not want to be in the team or they have better
or
offer for themselves.
or they
So it's like he always have a spare option in his own team so far. So probably he was thinking something like that actually. And Sterling was secured only like 10-15 goals. We can actually expect those goals from Haaland or Julian Alvarez.
fair enough. Any thought on Julian Alvarez? That's its first game
He
as sub.
scored only goals from for them, so
Yeah,
I don't have anything else to add. And it was funny to watch him. He actually reminded me of Kun Aguero. I don't want to say that actually when I was thinking about the match and before our meeting, and
yeah.
but I don't want to compare this soon. But if you
No,
remember,
but he's exactly
Aguero was playing with probably Forlan, I guess, or someone else.
not
2011.
at Forlan. He played with Atletico.
Yeah, I was going to mention the Atletico. That season he was playing this same similar sort of role.
Yeah,
Um, and Alvarez can play like all of the top four positions if they want to play like 4-2-3-1 or something like that. Um, what he did, it was kind of interesting actually. And well, if Cancelo is there in the right, it could be actually a really big threat, um, because he was playing as a second striker at some point. So like they needed someone in the wide area in the right, so that like they could actually push back um, Virgil a little bit behind or something like that, you know, which did not happen. De Bruyne tried, um, and that actually made Foden sometimes free in the left. So that's how actually goal came. Um, So yeah, there will be some sort of change, and we don't. I think this team is going to evolve for a while. So like I guess in the next 2 3 months there will be some unexpected lose from this team, which I don't know if people like fans will probably I don't know how Manchester City fans will react. They're pretty new, so but these sort of things actually can happen, especially with Pep team. We talked about this like it's sort of like a dance move for Pep Guardiola. So I don't know.
Okay, no, fair enough. I think we covered pretty well. In terms of, well, title challenges, I still think it's just two-way horse at this point. It's either Liverpool or Man City. Obviously, you said about a little bit of show from Liverpool, and that could be just a psychological to get psychological edge
Yeah,
to the players and the fans that, look at us, we can do it. And Man City will be definitely one of the contenders, if not the winners. But yeah, other than that, I see any kind of prediction who might be in the top four.
so far, judging by the transfer, I would say like Arsenal and Tottenham. And Tottenham can actually go for one of those teams, like top two. They have this squad depth so far.
Okay, I do believe it's Tottenham had a very good season last, especially the last half, um, and they can definitely push further. And Conte is someone who demands a lot, or he moans a lot.
And Conte is yeah, and Conte is also a specialist in the winning the leagues as well, like Pep Guardiola.
Yep.
So like 38 matches is like too long, and yeah, they can actually change anything in 10 12 match. So,
Okay. Um, anything else to
but I
talk
don't
about?
see Arsenal that doing that actually.
Well, no,
Even I almost
I think you're just being like keeping your expectation
no.
down as an Arsenal fan.
No, not
I
really.
I think
Actually,
whatever I've seen them from preseason, if they can keep at least 70-80% up, they'll be.
no, they have flares. I'm not saying that. But the problem is that I'm not actually confident that much because of the experience. Where like Hurricane, so many players from that side actually
So
played in the Champions League final or semi-finals
yeah,
probably. So,
yeah. Sometimes experience matters. Sometimes bad experience actually doesn't matter. But yeah, coming back into that, I think we've covered a little bit everything, every kind of, not necessarily everything, like every bits and pieces. We try to cover. Is there anything that we are just missing out on, or we haven't talked? That is
um, so far I don't think so
okay.
because we talked about most of the transfer 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else to talk anywhere else, or
Maybe
obviously,
we can move to La Liga or Serie A. I don't
sure,
know.
sure. Uh, let's go La Liga because Barcelona has been interesting so far. We talked a little bit about future being mortgaged,
Yeah.
but and still there's probably a week to go, and they have to register all these players. They're
I
literally
actually read your article, but I forgot to not your article, the article you shared. Yeah, yeah, but I did not actually respond to that. Actually, I was on the bus. Probably I forgot. But it was interesting to see. But what right now this situation like has it yeah it's changed a little bit so far to positive for Barcelona like, right now, So like there are some Puig already left, um, and they will at least see some.
Oscar Mingueza gone for Celta Vigo.
Oh yeah, Mingueza gone. I think Dipe is trying to become a free agent. So I think right now it's all depends on Aubameyang, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
I really feel for Aubameyang. Like he came from Arsenal, almost in a similar situation. And he finds himself in a similar situation after a year, right? That's uh, but yeah, it's life. Um, so no, I feel Barcelona. The only thing is, I'm a little bit of doubtful because I think there is a 50 or 100 million gap between them registering a player and
100 million it was.
yeah.
So for like up until yesterday.
So yeah, it's a little bit of I don't know how they are going to cope that at this point, but I'm assuming they're if they have brought those players, they will be able to register them all.
Yeah, there are also talks going on. If they somehow failed, they will sell 5% more, uh, some sort of media coverage or something like that. So
So this is an interesting interesting kind of the process they've taken, right? So they're in a debt which is huge, and they're finding a way to just invest and get by investing to get out of this entire debt situation. So by spending, not just saving or cut it down, right? Because according to them, if they don't get the revenue at this point and not win the Champions League or go for Champions League, there'll be huge revenue loss, and they cannot afford that.
yeah,
And
um,
by attracting top players, they're going to get this war like fans from everywhere. They're competitive, and obviously they're going to get more revenue. So it's a fascinating
there are also like like Lewandowski signing was also important because of the how
revenue.
can I say revenue. Also like getting hold on to Osman Dembele is another thing, but it's more of a tactical. But for Rafinha, I guess it is also a business because like they are losing some fan base from Brazil because there aren't any Brazilian, I guess. Yeah, I guess not. So there is another market there actually. Like Barcelona is a big thing so far in Brazil. So yeah, Rafinha could be a market signing, and Kunde it's also actually marketing signing as well. So yeah, they are trying to. I saw already Lewandowski jersey like, in the preseason matches. So there's sort of there will be some sort of income from that there. But what is interesting is that like they need to make at least like 500 million, I
Astronomical
guess.
amount. Yeah, that's
Yeah, like
yeah,
next 4 5 season.
yeah.
But it's possible for Barcelona actually.
Oh, yeah, it is
It's in the normal market, um, they were earning a lot money. Like they were the
earning.
topmost, yeah, earning club or something like that in 2017, 18, 19, 3 years in a row probably. Even though they are not nowhere near to win a Champions League at the time, but still.
Yeah, no, it is important. It is interesting. It is. But in the meantime, there's a lot of chaos. Like Frankie De Jong doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to get a salary cut as well. So uh, there are other players like Umtiti still there. Um, yeah, it's fascinating in so many point of view. Um, the more you see Barcelona, it's just never, never really boring moment with them.
There, it won't be. And another interesting thing I noticed that like they took those sort of risks because of the stable midfield so far. Um, like we can say that like a little bit stable, like at least for next 2 3 years, they won't invest something like that, like this amount in the midfield. So it's another thing actually. Also, Kunde invest is, I guess it's good in a way because with Lewandowski or Rafinha, you don't know what you are getting because they need to be the difference maker all the time so far. But with Kunde, you know like what you are getting because he's playing the same league with another top club, and you know what you are getting. And he's actually 23 years old only.
Yeah, very
So
very young player, and also you have Ronald Araujo, who's a very very good center back and very young. So you have
I
that
guess
as
Araujo is going to play in the
right back.
right.
No,
Yeah.
I can understand that, but if you need another solid center back, he's that too. Um, and you have Eric Garcia, you have Christensen. So yeah, there's a bit of mix. And also, I heard
Do
that they were also gone and beat for Inigo Martinez from Athletic Bilbao, which kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, I saw that too. 15 million bid. He's 31 years old, I guess.
That's again it's how should I put it? It's it's some kind of authoritarian kind of it's uh, like you're trying to get a name into your team and show some authority on the league and the rest of the Europe that you can do it. So yeah, no,
Uh, actually, actually, I saw a meme. Or Mimi, I don't know. It says that like Barcelona was Bayern Munich was asking to pay Barcelona this 50 million for Lewandowski uh, in cash or directly because they don't think that Barcelona will exist in 2 3 years. I don't know if it's true or if it's just a joke or
well, no,
something.
it's a joke. It's a joke. I think what happened with the Rafinha deal is somewhat true because one, Leeds is not a huge like Leeds
Yeah.
don't have a huge amount, and Rafinha being their standout star, right? They wanted as much cash as possible. They didn't want to delay that payment like in clause in years and stuff like that. So they wanted them to be paying at full, and they know the financial situation of Barcelona, right? So that happened with Leeds because they have to re-sign some of the players they want as well. So, but with Bayern Munich, I think there's a bit of jealousy from Bayern Munich because they thought Barcelona is a competition in the European football, right? And they
Yeah.
all thought they're kind of getting bankrupt and stuff like that, and they're gone, right? All of a sudden they're signing players here, there, and everywhere, right? And yeah, it's a bit of concern for them. What the heck? I mean, yeah, if it's sustainable or not, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not an economist, but what I can understand that they've taken a route, and their club structure allows them to do certain risk and gamble, and Laporta being a gambler, is doing it. Now, how does it fit that their current players doesn't like have a lot of salary being not paid yet, and they're spending and just showing off some signings? I don't know how that works, but
I I guess players sort of like made some sort of like I don't know, some sort of well, it's a dilemma about in philosophy. It's called the investment dilemma. You know, like players like Frankie De Jong, he has some sort of investment which he he's supposed to pay get from Barcelona last season, like 17 million or something like that, that amount, and he has already invested this thing. So like he wanted to see at the end what happens. Same, I guess, is going on with Aubameyang. Even there are interest. I don't see him leaving for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the other
it could
part.
be.
Nobody wants to leave Barcelona. Uh, and also Martin Braithwaite, there's a bit of outstanding amount.
Yeah,
Who else is there?
I guess he's going to be free agent
Yeah,
soon because there are some talks going on with his agent and club. So it was from the last week, but I haven't seen any progress so far. But there are talks going on to be like he doesn't want to play in Spain, probably like like other in other club other than Barcelona. So
yeah. There's a lot of things going on, but no matter what it is, it's still fascinating for players to play for Barcelona, right? It's still
yeah,
a huge brand, huge club, fantastic manager. Used to be one of the finest players. I still believe in the history of football. Xavi Hernandez has a fantastic brain in terms of football. Uh, and there is a president who kind of show offs always being the attention seeker, being center of the media, right? And talks. He has a huge billboard all over in USA, especially in the Los Angeles and stuff like that. Which is I thought, okay, um, how does he managing that? But he's doing it on a very different way.
even in the article it mentioned that like if Bartemo do the same thing, he wouldn't have get
Yeah,
the same amount of money.
yeah,
So it depends on also face values or something like that.
exactly.
I guess.
Um,
Also, yeah, Buttermore made I don't know such a waste. At least like 1.4 billion euro in the first team players who are not even in the squad anymore
yeah,
in the last almost like 7 8 years.
yeah. Uh, Yeah, no. Being say that, let's move on from Barcelona because it seems like players we don't want to leave Barcelona. Although there are rumors they are going to sell our YouTube channel, they are not going to sell it. Um, uh, but other than Barcelona, obviously, the other top team is obviously Real Madrid, and I've seen a little bit of Atletico Madrid. I don't know what to expect, especially Joao Felix looks to be in very good form from Atletico. But
They actually lost a game against Real, right?
they've lost a game.
Yeah,
The preseason you're talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, lost or drawn? I don't
But
know.
no, it was 3-0 against Atletico probably.
Okay.
Yeah, with Real Madrid, they don't actually. I don't have anything to say. Even they are losing every game in the preseason match. It don't matter actually.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Eventually,
After January, they will they will
yeah,
resurface in the.
exactly. Rodrigo and what's his name, Vinicius Junior is going to score some important goals, and Benzema is going to be very good. But again, other than Real and Barcelona,
I was actually going to bring a topic about Sevilla. I'm a little bit worried about them so far. How they're playing. I guess they played against Arsenal, right? The 6-0.
yeah,
I'm actually a little bit worried about this that team. Actually, so many players left, and they did not actually bring anyone who can actually, how can I say, impressed me so far. So far, uh, from Manchester United, Tejes, the left back, uh, came, I guess, on loan, and there is a center back, I guess, Markau from Galatasaray, and that's it.
no, it's been very underwhelming to be honest, and
Yeah,
and a lot of
and Kunde left, Carlos left. The center back position is like completely a hole
yeah,
so far.
yeah. But that's what kind of surprised me. Normally, Monchi is someone who always is a step ahead of anyone and everyone else. They kind of knew those rumors of Kunde and Carlos being sold like really early in the transfer window.
Yeah,
Like
it was like 2 months ago,
right.
and they brought only Markov from Galatasaray. We like I saw some footage. He was okay so far, but it's not the same level league, so you cannot tell. Um, but the problem is that like I was expecting some at least like some fresh leg in the mid and also in the front.
I think they will rely on the older players, but the problem is,
Luke
as
De Jong also left.
yeah, for PSV. But what I'm trying to say is that they're going to rely on the same players. But the problem of Sevilla has been always is how many of them are actually fit for over the entire season. If they can be fit, they're still good team. If they're not, they're not. The depth of the bench is not great. I'm actually more interested and excited about Real Betis, like their uh, another club of Seville, but because one they have won that last Copa del Rey,
Yeah,
and also they looked a very good. They look like a team under Pellegrini. They have certain players who's playing well. I don't know how much um, like they haven't been done a terrific signing or something like that. It's been very kind of
Betis, right?
right,
Okay. They brought William Jose from Sociedad, the center forward.
right.
There are some important transfer like Luis Henrique, right wingers from Fluminense.
Good player. Yeah, Fluminense.
Yeah, and there are some promotion actually also as well.
Yeah.
So
So whatever is happening, and also there are some academy players growing up in Betis as well. So there has been a very steady kind of team that is ongoing for Betis, and I think I'd be more interested to see how Betis go and do in La Liga. If you remember, at some point Betis was probably top team in La Liga last season, at least for certain weeks, or probably
yeah,
second.
also they play a little bit differently than other Spanish team. They're more direct, and I kind of like this approach. Like you, if you are watching Spanish league, they give you some sort of a different flavor, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah,
yeah,
and
but
but there hasn't been a lot of changes in the team dynamics that you have those all the mid-table team or top mid-table teams, right?
normally Betis sells player a lot, but this time
They kept it.
even yeah kept those players, and I don't understand actually that thing actually because there are some sort of like motion going on always in the in between in the team, so that like some players are always in the making process, so they have always some sort of like a fresh leg, and this time I guess they are going for a stable team, and there are some actually investment in the um, academy level and other clubs, and right now they are like if I think about future for a club, um, I mentioned that like Sevilla, I'm worried, and among other Basque clubs, I think Betis will go like overpass Sevilla in at least like this season and the next season as well.
Yeah, that's their target, right? They want to always top Sevilla, no matter who else is there. They want to do better
Yeah,
than Sevilla, right? Because of arch
yeah.
rivalry. Um, and also, I think Bilbao is always a tough team, especially in San Memes. Is always going to be a tough team. And they have certain style of
But
play.
also Bilbao, I think we mentioned like they're going for old players,
Yeah.
I guess, or or is it Villareal?
No, Villarreal, I guess.
Ah,
But but
Villarreal,
but
yes.
but Villarreal can afford to go for older players. The reason I say that they already have some very interesting young players, and Emery is actually has a quite a structure to play with, like quite a squad to play with. Um, I think Villarreal, what they're trying to do is make sure that Gio Lo Celso gets permanent from Tottenham.
Yeah.
Once that gets done, I think a lot of things are being solid there.
Let me check if it is final or something.
I think it's still
No,
ongoing.
I don't think. No, it's still ongoing. Yeah, and for Bilbao, I haven't seen them buying any players except for like Guruzeta from SD Amore
That's
Elche.
also from Basque. They don't go outside of
Yeah,
Basque.
yeah. So there are some like promotion from B teams only. Um, I don't know like what to expect from Bilbao, but it will be good actually because their squad. Um, I think average age is like 25, 26. This, which is a good age for a club or something like that.
Yeah. No. Other than that, I didn't. I don't really don't have much to add.
What about Sociedad?
I think it's going to be almost similar. They have let few players, like one or two players, go. Not maybe more than that. Uh,
Any prediction before?
no,
Can Barcelona?
I think the top two you have those Barcelona, Real Madrid, and then Atletico. I think there this time it will be more kind of consistent from them.
Betis or Sociedad?
I still think Sevilla is a better team. Uh,
How? Like I am like kind of hopeless about them.
no,
Sort
I
of.
still feel Sevilla is a better team and have a very good, better coach too.
That's true.
So and also I've seen them when Papo Gomez is playing. He makes everything work, especially in midfield, right? So if he stays healthy, I think a lot can happen.
That's true. Can we move on?
Sure. To Serie A. Serie A. What's your thought on so far? Whatever the business has been going on, like obviously Inter is strong. You have
There are some interesting drama, I guess. Like not much of
well,
nothing
obviously
new.
Pogba moved into Syria, right? There will be drama.
Yeah. But AC Milan finally was active. Um, they brought Charles D. Ketelare or Ketelare from Club Brugge for 30 million, and I guess he was one of the top player in the Belgium last season. Like he was making some noises.
Yeah.
So I don't know if 30 million is too much or too little,
Well, if AC Milan is
but.
going for them, I actually have a lot of trust in AC Milan's recruitment.
um,
So I think I have to trust that. Like there has to be a value.
And what about Junior Messias?
Oh, he played for them in the last as a loanee, right? But I think he
Yeah,
is.
it's right now finalist for only 6 million.
I think it's a good, very good buy. 6 million is almost nothing at this point of time, right? And
Mm,
this has been very
Yeah,
good.
exactly. And how he was playing so far, it was sort of I don't know. Um, I don't know. He was not as good as who's this Portuguese guy playing in the left.
Rafael Leao.
Yeah, Rafael Leo also like he was not actually as young as him, but Messias was when he was playing so far. I remember like there were some crucial game. He was actually pushing back those fullbacks and making some space for Giroud, which was like some, yeah, there were some like crucial moves, even though he did not score or he did not dribble like Rafael Leo, but still, I think it's a
No, I think Junior Messias is a good.
one of the marquee signing, I would say.
I agree. I agree. I think he had a lot of role to play for in the last year's Scudetto, especially also some of the like I I think the Tonali and how the whole midfield is coming into play. Obviously now Kessie has left, but how the whole midfield was playing for Milan, and also how the attackers were taking like either taking a longer run and keeping the ball, holding the ball for each other, and making the runs. I thought that's the trademark for Milan. I don't know how what to expect this season. Although the same similar kind of
But
similar.
I don't see like there will be any changes in playing style. So like more or less they will play,
But my point is that
try to play at least.
the others have improved a bit. The other
Yeah,
squads, let's say for example Lukaku coming back into making it really strong. You have
but Milan
Roma.
also brought Origi,
That's true. Orgi has pace.
and yeah, he's only probably like
28.
27 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you're right, and but again, it's not really exciting. It doesn't really excite you as much. Maybe it's exciting on the field, right?
that's true.
Uh,
Yeah, but Origi is sort of like a proven, uh, how can I say, number nine or something like that. And at least he scored some important goals for Liverpool whenever he was getting chances. So,
yeah.
and
At the
Milan's midfield is not actually like, we can say more or less like, because Liverpool midfield is not that actually. They are more efficiency, but Milan's midfield is more creative. So like Origi will get more chances from midfield than Liverpool, because for Liverpool it was like wing back or um, forwards, like wingers are creating chances.
no, I agree. Uh, I think there's a bit of renovation going on in Juventus, although Pogba is injured. I don't know how they're going to keep keep Pogba. And Pogba, if I'm correct, that he's not going to go for surgery at this point. There's World Cup in how many months? 3 months?
Mm,
Three and a half?
August, yeah, 3 months.
3.5 months. So he's not going to go.
Well, 3 months because like there will be camping and stuff like that.
Right. So on that case, there's huge chance Pogba might not make it to the World Cup, which is going to be shame
But
for France. Is it? I don't know.
well, we no, let's just don't go there. It's already long, long conversation.
Okay. On that note, obviously they have Zakaria, they have Locatelli, but they're pushing for Leandro Paredes, Juventus. Um, may happen the deal. Obviously, Angel Di Maria has been brought. There's been
They
Chiesa,
brought Bremer from Torino for 35 million.
right? I
Brazilian center back.
it's a he's a very stable kind of uh, center back. It's very
He's
much.
sort of like
I'll agree. I don't know,
he, uh, not Allegri is like a more traditional Italian defender. Although he's not Italian, but like technically pretty much same.
but I think Roma can definitely go and at least play if the players up front are not injured.
They are really sneaky this in this transfer window
Yeah, they're
so far.
Yeah, obviously, they're better. I think they're way better than at this point with Lazio. Lazio and Roma, I thought were fairly similar, but right now I think Roma can push into the top four fairly.
Yeah, they brought some interesting signing like Wijnaldum from
Loan.
uh, yeah, from PSG, and also there is another signing like Zeki Selik um, from Lille, the right back. It was a problem for Jose Mourinho like last season, the right back position.
Yeah.
So I like already they have players to compete in the how can I say like at least to get in the top four.
Okay.
But there are also cups going on. I don't
And
see Mourinho.
I don't know. He might go for cup at this point because why not? Like what else?
Yeah, he's like little bit down to earth guy right now.
Well, no.
But
If you remember when he was a Real Madrid coach and Barcelona were winning everything, he started with Copa del Rey, right? So he had to take
yeah,
something to in order to do something.
yeah, they
Or
already have like some sort of belief from this
Conference League.
Conference League.
Yeah.
Yeah, even he was saying to his player like, "This is your Champions League, so win it."
Yep. So yeah, Roma. I think Napoli is. I don't know how what to expect. There's been a comment from the Aureli, who's a owner of the club, saying that he's not going to sign an African player if they go for playing for
Yeah, that's
Africans.
true.
Uh, yeah.
Any comments on that?
It's been really racist. I understand the
Well, I
frustration,
actually
but
understand. Yeah,
I understand the frustration,
because
but it's true for everyone. Say, for example, Salah going in and playing in African Nations League, right?
yeah,
Or Nations Cup, or anyone else. It's the same thing for other teams as your team, right? And like
Napoli actually signed quite a lot of center backs. Just I don't know. They sold only one, signed four.
that's Spalletti for you. That's Spalletti for you.
This is crazy. Like they only promoted one and signed three. Um, but one signing like Leo Ostgaard from Brighton, which
Yeah.
is interesting. Like only for 5 million, they signed him, and also like Min Jae Kim from Fenerbahce, they signed him for 14 million. I haven't actually seen him.
No, I
I don't
haven't
know if
seen
you
the Fenerbahce guy. No.
okay. And there are some defensive signing like defensive midfield Andre Zambo Anguissa from Fulham.
Okay. There's Martin said bye to Napoli. Insignia is gone. So I don't know who's going to attack
So
except
many players actually gone, like so many.
yeah.
Um,
So I don't know what to expect from Napoli, and especially I don't actually trust Spalletti. I think
but
Napoli
I
was in a
think
position.
they are trying to free up some positions like for players to be brought in or something like that, and there will be some sort of promotion in the under 19 level or something like that as well.
Oh well. Anyway, uh, other than that, I don't have. I mean, if the season starts and everything, then obviously certain things
Yeah.
we might be forgetting some certain things, but there's no point of talking much at, on other teams as I can't remember much. Except
So
probably
am I.
a lot of talk about Monza, but I'm interested to see them about because they're linked with a lot of players and they bought some interesting players too. So yeah, let's see.
What about PSG?
I think
Uh,
PSG already looks in a very good team. Whatever I've seen in the Copa
they are playing in the different
structure,
shape
I,
formation 3-4-3. three sort of
Yeah,
thing.
and also
And Lionel Messi is in the floating position, and I think Neymar is more a little bit down. But when they're counter attacking, like it's like always like Neymar and Mbappe is leading the front.
yeah, that game that
Also,
they,
Sarabia was so for I don't know like a guy of his age. He's like always there in the counter attack.
yeah. Uh, no, I think what has happened is definitely there's been marked remarkable improvement from Pochettino one, and it looks like a team. There's the passing movement and stuff like that. That's why I don't understand why they're trying to sell Leandro Paredes with, because the moment he comes, he makes the team look better. But if he's not getting game time, I can understand him moving because he wants game time to be starter for the World Cup, right? Um, but there has been some remarkable improvement on the build-up of PSG, how they're defending in two lines. Um, and there's a certainty about what how Messi suits the team, and Messi and even Neymar to a certain extent. There's almost like two playmaker on both sides. So and how to balance that, I think.
And also like um, I think they are trying to close Messi and Neymar a little bit,
Yeah,
and Mbappe is like sort of like a floating position,
yeah, because
and
you need
that
you
actually like makes like Messi probably assisted like already 3 4 goals for Neymar.
yeah, no, Neymar and Messi both needs those one twos, right? And
Yeah,
they played for so many years in Barcelona. They have that understanding going. So it makes sense to keep them playing in closer and have that ball rolling, right? If Messi and Neymar keeps ball rolling, there are not many combinations better than that in the world of football. So yeah,
yeah, that's another thing, and there are some issues going on with between I don't know if it's true or not. Neymar and Mbappe.
well, Mbappe, excuse me, Mbappe had a lot of issues for his age. Starts with I think Benzema when he came in the team in the French team and stuff like that. But yeah, uh, I don't know what is true, what is not. But let's this is at this point is rumor because I don't we both don't have the information.
Of course, we are not best friends.
Or we don't have the WhatsApp number. So yeah, I guess we can speculate. Obviously, maybe Mbappe wants to be the main person, and he's not going into real makes a statement for he wants to be the main guy here.
Yeah, so far. But also like they all of them are looking in great shape so far.
Yeah, true.
But only thing is that like Neymar's injury problem, there was Di Maria all the time. So right now they don't have this choice. But there are other options like Draxler is still there probably. Icardi is still there.
Yeah, there. Sarabia
I don't.
is going to be
Yeah,
used.
Sarabia.
Uh,
Sarabia is actually playing well.
yeah, he's a very utility guy, right? He's not that bad
Yeah.
at all. So,
And they brought someone, I guess. I forgot whose name.
oh, Renato Sanchez from
They
what?
already, but
Yeah,
oh, okay. Uh, well,
that,
that would
that's
be a
an
nice addition, actually.
that's an upgrade definitely.
Yeah,
He's a very hardworking player. Can run
yeah.
can run the play and can is a very good uh, long range passer as well.
That's what actually was missing, and that's why Paredes was making those difference because he always found Mbappe and Messi up front, and that's the difference between Verratti because Verratti don't have this. I don't know like why he doesn't because earlier in his career he was like sort of bold when he was passing towards Ibrahimovic or someone else was playing there. But I don't know he got so defensive or like he lost his vision or something like that or
He, he,
his glasses. I don't know.
he got conservative with his passes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was missing, and I think Galtier actually has a good relationship with Sanchez.
yeah.
So
So yeah, no,
let's see.
it's definitely. I think it's a very good signing for PSG. They need that
Um,
they they hoped that Wijnaldum would be that kind of guy, but never turned out to be.
well, I don't want to go there anymore.
Okay.
Um, any thoughts on Champions League final or something like that?
No, it's too early. Too early to talk about. Although I've seen a goal from Benfica, especially Enzo Fernandez scoring that belter
Mm.
of a goal in Champions League qualifying game. Uh, Other than that, I've not seen many of the qualifiers, to be honest.
That's another thing actually. I guess like clubs from Belgium are looking good this time,
Yeah,
like last 2 seasons especially, and there are also coaches coming out from there. Like Vincent Company in talk was I don't know like he's going to take over some club, Nottingham Forest or someone else, Fulham probably, but I don't. But it did not materialize or something like that. But company is going to be a good option. Um,
yeah, uh,
I don't
yeah.
have anything else to.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
It's going on for a long time, really. So I think
yeah,
we should
let
wrap.
me check. Yeah, Arsenal own by 2-0.
Okay, so good start.
Yeah,
Good start for
first
that.
game of the season.
Yeah,
So
it's a good start. Uh, on that note, to all the happy Arsenal fans, we're not going to disappoint you by saying that your future will be mortgaged. Um, any other final thoughts about anything else?
no, actually, if anyone was listening, we are actually trying to sell 25% of our coverage. I don't know.
25%, that's a lot. So that will be broke. But we can afford 25%. As Sudipta said, well,
Yeah,
we might want to sell that. In case you're interested, then please let us know. On that note, we are going to wrap up for this session. Thank you for watching, if anyone is watching. Otherwise, thank you anyway. Uh, and Sudipta, thank you. I will connect again.
yeah. Thanks for the invite.